Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine. And today on the show, what we're going to talk about is three simple, low budget investments that will scale your revenue. And regardless of what season of business you're in, if you're in startup mode or if you're established, it's always important to have our eyes open and look for opportunities where we can scale our revenue, our influence, and build our audience. And so I'm going to share these three strategies with you today. As we're growing and scaling a business, one of the things that's something that it can be a challenge at times is having consistent lead generation. And we want to be able to generate leads in a time efficient manner because it is effective to do cold outreach one by one to people. That's something that we continue to do as a company. I still do personally as well. But we also need to find ways where we can have one to many impact, where we can attract multiple people at once, and we can have that one to many conversation because that scales the size of our audience, our influence, and who we reach. And ultimately, if we're building a larger audience and serving them with valuable information and helping them along their journey, then we're naturally the person, the business, the resource that they're going to turn to when they want to take the next step. And so, one of the first things that you can do, number one on the list, is hold a workshop and teach what you do. That's a simple way to build a list. And if you have even the most basic presence on social media or a small email list or anywhere where you have a little bit of reach, one of the things that's really effective is to create a post and say, we've used this system to achieve this result. Who would like a copy of the process? And you will find you'll have people comment back on that, even if it's just a handful of people. Then you can message them and you can reach out and say, I'm having a live Zoom call or whatever format you want to use next week, this date and time. You can register here, and I'm going to walk you through the whole process. By holding a simple workshop, one, you don't have to have anything super polished. You don't have to be the world's greatest presenter. You can just have an outline, have slides, and you can talk people through the process that you're using and teach them how that works. And also, it gives you that first touch, that opportunity to deepen your relationship with the people in your audience by spending time with them. And so, holding a workshop, a webinar, a training, a masterclass, whatever terminology makes sense to you, and of course to your audience, is a great first step to do because that will allow you to engage directly with the people that you want to serve. Oftentimes, as entrepreneurs, we can dream up ideas or think there's something that our audience needs or wants. And it's great to have those ideas, but until we actually take action on it and put it out there, we have no empirical data. We have no truth or reality around our idea until people engage with it and find value in it, or maybe they don't, and we change ideas. And so by having a workshop style teaching or training, again, that allows you to share your expertise, serve your audience, and that will build your email list so that you can begin to email people on a consistent basis, which is a huge driver of any type of business these days. Having your own list, having people you can communicate with consistently is a huge part of being successful. The second thing you can do is a similar style thing, but it's what I would call like an executive coffee or an executive, style conversation or boardroom style conversation. You can title it whatever is appropriate for your industry. But in this case, instead of making a public post or sending an email blast or doing something really broad, what you can do is find your ideal client that you'd like to work with and then reach out and invite them directly and say, we're having an executive roundtable around this topic. I'd like to invite you to be there so we can get your input and thoughts. It's a small group of X people, maybe it's 6 people or 8 people at most. And then you can run more of a single one-off mastermind where you have some topics to discuss, you get everybody's input, and you're helping people connect with other people in their industry as well. As entrepreneurs, as business leaders, one of the things that is a challenge at times is finding people to surround ourselves that will support us and help us. And so by becoming that connector, by creating like that executive roundtable environment and space for the people, that you want to serve, you become that connector, you're serving them, you're connecting them with other people, and you can lead those conversations by simply having 3 to 5 questions prepared that you're all going to talk through and collaborate on that are relevant to what's going on in the industry and currently economically and in the business, the business environment. So that's a second way that you can get yourself out there. You can build relationships, you can build your brand while you're serving your audience and giving them something of value. The third idea that will work really well, and again, is a low investment of dollars and just takes a little bit of time, is to, on a weekly basis, or maybe it's a monthly basis, figure out whatever cadence is that you can be consistent with. Demo one of your products, your services, one of your business processes, create a walkthrough, create a simple training, maybe there's an accompanying document, and then give that away as a lead magnet. So for somebody to get access to that, you can do something as simple as posting on one of your social media walls or sending an email out, or wherever channel you want to use, and say, I have this simple training that's 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something relatively short that will show you how to achieve this. If you want a copy of it, let me know and I'll share it with you. And when people ask for a copy, you can say, great, I'm going to email it to you. I just want to make sure I have your information correct. You can get their name, email, phone number, and then you can send them a copy of that. And that way, you're building a targeted list of people that are trying to solve a specific problem. And ideally, that training or that lead magnet or that first gift you're giving to your audience, to those people that want help with that, it, one, is very valuable and will actually solve the problem they're trying to solve. And secondly, it could be the first step that somebody would take. And if they want to continue to grow that area of their business or life or whatever products and services you offer, that can be the foundation or the stepping stone for them to then working with you directly, or making that first purchase, or taking that first step of engaging with your business. And so by really just being intentional about creating value for your audience, for the market that you serve, you can continue to build the relationships, you can build your list, you can build your audience. And the more that people know about you and hear about you, and the more they trust you, the more likely they are to do business with you. So again, the three things we talked about is, one, hold a workshop or masterclass or webinar that will help you build your list. You can just teach what you do. It doesn't need to be, super fancy. There doesn't necessarily need to be a formula in it, because it's just an opportunity to serve your audience and build relationships with them. The second thing is coordinate like that executive roundtable, where you're specifically asking a small group of people to join a private call where you're going to talk about these topics, and you become the connector for them, and of course provide value as well. And then the third thing is be intentional about creating a demo or walking through a training or process, and give that away on a consistent basis so you're attracting new people and building your list. If you need any help with that or have any questions, please reach out. You can comment below, you can shoot me a message, or head over to businessmarketingengine.com. We help our clients free up their time, increase their lead flow, and ultimately have a dial they can turn that will help them increase revenue as they want to. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode.